Okay, hello everyone. Here's a question from your homework, number 8. It has to do with odds. It says here, for a certain instant lottery game, the odds in favor of a win are given as 39 to 61. Express the indicated degree of likelihood as a probability value between 0 and 1 exclusive. All right, so we need to ask ourselves the question, what are odds against something? So imagine you're going to roll a die, and I ask you not what is the probability of getting a 3, but what are the odds against rolling a 3? Imagine 3 is sort of your winning number. Quite often we talk about odds when we're talking about gambling or lotteries. So let's say rolling a 3 is your winning number, and we want to figure out what are the odds against it. Well, what is the probability, in fact, of rolling a 3? Well, we know there's 6 possible outcomes on a die, and only one of those is going to be a 3. So when we're talking about odds, we're always dealing in complements, as in either something happens or it doesn't happen. So there's only 2 possible outcomes. So rather than writing the probability of getting a 1 or a 2 or a 4 or a 5 or 6, we talk about the probability of not getting a 3. That is what we call the complement. Okay, and therefore, if the probability of getting a 3 is 1/6, then the probability of not getting a 3 is going to be the remaining 5 possibilities. And you'll notice that whenever you have an event, the probability of an event plus the probability of its complement is always going to equal 1 or 100%. Okay, so the way we write odds, in fact, is we write them as the probability of the complement of an event to the probability of the event. It's just a different way of writing things. So in this case, the probability of not getting a 3 is going to be 5/6 to 1/6. And because we know that ratios or like this are all just fractions, 5/6 divided by 1/6, those 6's would cancel out and we would be left with 5 to 1. We would say the odds against rolling a 3 are 5 to 1. So once you know your odds, and we'll get into this in the next video, you can decide what the bet is worth to you. How much are you willing to risk given that these are your odds? Okay, so let's go back to the problem in your homework and see if we can answer it now. Now they're actually giving us the odds. They're telling us that the odds in favor of a win. Now, quite often we talk about odds against, but in this case, the odds in favor of a win are given to us as 39 to 21. 61. 61. Still learning this board here. Okay, so we know the odds are 39 to 61. That means we have to figure out, we're working kind of in the reverse here. What is the probability of a win? And what is the probability of not winning? Okay. Well, we know that this is in favor of, so that means this one here is the win, and this one here must be the loss. Okay. And so therefore, we know that the numerator here is going to be 39, and we know that the numerator over here is going to be 61. What goes on the bottom? Well, if you flip back to our previous problem, you'll see that, what do you notice? That the odds against something plus the odds of it for will always add up to this denominator here. That's the total possible outcomes. All right. If I go back here, we can see, therefore, that the total possible outcomes, let's put this on and turn this one off. We know that the total possible outcomes must be the sum of these two here. All right, so if you go to your calculator and you add 39 plus 61, you will see that that equals 100. So this makes things very, very easy. Therefore, the probability of a win must be 39 over 100. Okay? And since that's the question, indicate the degree of likelihood of a win is what we're talking about, between a value of 0 and 1 inclusive. That means they want this written as a decimal. So if you can maybe see what this is, or you can use your calculator and you'll see it's 0.39. There's a 0.39 probability of winning. This is really the same thing as 39% chance of winning. And again, you could decide if you want to bet whether or not you're going to win and how much you might want to bet, if it's worth it or not. Okay, so that's how you solve that problem.